Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful snowbound Salem. We had another blizzard today, and that did not prevent me from coming in and opening the museum. And outside, though you can't see it, there are a good couple of feet of snow. And inside, life is beautiful. Our question tonight comes to us from Jamie Bothamley, who asks whether working with Kundalini energy is dangerous. And I want to answer this question, which of course, like most of our questions, must be dealt with briefly due to our format. But I also want to speak to it in the wider context of working with energy in general. If you are familiar with our degree lessons, you will have read about many of these issues, including different energy circuits within the body that deal with different aspects of spiritual energy. Of these aspects, the Kundalini aspect is the strongest, and therefore the most potentially dangerous. And if you ask me, are there any dangers to working with it? The answer is yes, there are. If you ask me if it is dangerous to work with it under normal circumstances, I would say really not. What I would say is that what is important is to work with it in a disciplined and reasonable manner, and to also be alert for the signs of whether or not you're pushing yourself too hard. Generally speaking, as long as you refrain from pushing yourself too hard, and if you find yourself working with a level of energy that is too intense for you, if you back off from it, I think you should be fine. It's extremely important in working with Kundalini energy or any other kind of energy to practice good psychic hygiene, which means cleansing, grounding, shielding on a regular basis. It's extremely important when working with energy of any kind, again, to refrain from pushing yourself past the level that you're currently working at. What I mean by this is that working with energy, psychic ability in general, is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The more you work with energy, the more you can handle. It is quite possible to push beyond what you can handle, but it doesn't normally happen accidentally. It doesn't normally happen in ways that you cannot stop, particularly if you understand good psychic hygiene. Therefore, I would say that the dangers are for the most part not really going to come into play as long as you remain conscious of the fact that in working with Kundalini in particular, you can push yourself too hard. I would say to this that if you find yourself in a situation where you feel very overwhelmed by the energies you're working with, chances are you should stop, clear, and release, and that really should take care of the problem. And I want to give an example of dealing with energy that is too strong for the level you're currently at. Many people, myself included, have had the experience of waking up from a dream that is otherwise perfectly pleasant, or at least not frightening, but waking up with a feeling of absolute terror, and often with a particular chakra throbbing. For me, it's often the solar plexus, but other chakras have done it too. And what I was taught about this by Lady Crystal, who was my primary teacher, was that when this happens, we have been working with our guides during the sleep state with energies that are too strong for our conscious selves to deal with. And accidentally waking during this, we realize the energy is too strong and have a fear reaction, which is intended to shut it down. And in fact, if that happens, all you need to do is shut down that energy using the normal techniques of psychic hygiene. And it's very much the same if you find yourself dealing with energy that is too strong for you when you are in your conscious mind. You're likely to have a fear reaction. And again, all you really need to do is ground that energy. So, in answer to the question, is working with Kundalini energy and energy in general dangerous? It can, on certain occasions, be so, but it should not be in normal use. And as long as you're working responsibly, I really wouldn't look for you to have any problems. Psychic hygiene is extremely important and cannot be too strongly emphasized, as is allowing things to develop in their own time. It is not a good idea to push beyond your comfort level in dealing with energy. You want to grow gradually and build up that muscle gradually. So I hope this answers your question, and I hope you find it an understandable answer. And until next time, may you blessed be.